What's up, Team Boosted? Welcome to another Porsche Speedster video. Today we're going to be installing seats, some other carbon fiber bits. We're going to be doing things that make this more of a car. Maybe we'll look into the steering wheel. But right now, Devin's setting up the Tillet carbon fiber seats, which look great. They go well with the kind of layout we have going here. Okay, so before I get to installing the driver's seat, last time a lot of you mentioned that you want to hear the car with the turbo actually plumbed up. So Sam's been hard at work making a plumb for this. You guys know that it has individual throttle bodies and it had little trumpets. Basically he's just, that's hot. Basically he's just made that into a plenum. And then we're running a water air intercooler, right?
Yeah, we'll be having the water air intercooler out of the Beetle mounted. Basically, that's going to basically go directly into the outlet of the intercooler. And then the intercooler kind of sit over there above the ECU, directly behind the seats right there.
And then turbo is down there.
Yep.
A little bit more TIG welding. The TIG has been absolutely essential to any actual fabrication that happens. You'll notice that Devin and I in the past used a train of couplers for everything we did. That's not ideal. This project will have none of that. How many couplers are we gonna have? Using Van Gen.
One at most.
Ideally one to none.
One to just maintain a little bit of flexibility, right?
These Van Gen clamps we're using actually flex, so it should be fine. We could probably realistically run absolutely no couplers on this if we got a Van Gen to fit the turbo.
You want to explain how these work for those who are uninformed?
All right, let me try to explain this without half the parts. So this is the clamp that actually holds your two tubes together.
This takes the place of a...
Yeah, this is like a hose clamp. Think of this like a hose clamp. This pin goes through and this thing can't open up. If you look inside it, it's got two little elbow thingies right there for it to sit on. There's like this little aluminum collar that sits in here that it holds onto, and that keeps it from sliding around. And on the actual piece that it's holding together, there's two O-rings with two shoulders on those as well that keep it from being able to slip out of this. So functionally, it's like an Uber hose clamp or coupler, and it allows the hose to kind of flex and move a little bit in it.
And it holds a metric shit ton of...
I have no idea how much boost these can hold, but it's a fucking lot.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier the seats are by Tillet. They're not quite as light as aluminum, but they sure do look cooler. And that's our first bit of carbon fiber in here. We got this nice black roll bar, and Devin's holding carbon fiber door cards for a Mini.
Yeah, these are for a classic Mini that I had back in the day. Never put them in because they didn't have holes drilled, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't want to work.
They almost fit perfectly. We're only going to need to do...
Oh yeah, and the Minis never fucking ran.
That's a little bit of trimming.
Those are going to get nut inserted on here, so we can take it off. And the carbon fiber in this car is just going to make it look more complete, less like a kit car, and more like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, or whatever.
Okay, the installation of these seats is super simple with these planet brackets.
Dude, that shit looks fucking tight.
These go in here. I need to grind down some weld. These get bolted in, and then the sliders on that seat get bolted onto that. And then you end up with that. Pretty much the best invention you guys are ever going to see here.
It's measuring tape.
It's quite literally tape.
It's a measuring tape.
That has a ruler printed on it. And we're just going to put that on the damn car. That way we don't actually have to measure anything. It's the best thing in the freaking world. James and I thought we invented this.
Yeah.
A few days ago we were on the way home. We were talking about how lame it is to measure things on this car. We have like a magnetic tape, but it doesn't stick to it, this car because it's a fiberglass replica. So we're like, oh, what if they just made tape with rulers printed on it? And because neither of us had seen it before, we thought surely it didn't exist, and we were plotting our
global takeover of the tape marketplace.
And then we said, 3M probably makes it, and sure enough, 3M fucking makes it. So we bought a rule.
Seems useful. I like it so far.
And it's here and it's great. So highly recommend 3M measuring tape. So Devin's installing these much in the same way that we do like wide body flares, in that self-tappers first with our handy dandy measuring tape. The self-tapping screws double as your pilot hole for your nut certain, so that's the best way to do this. So the dog is currently fixated on the camera because we're using a different mic today, and it looks like a bird. He thinks it's an animal. It's not an animal, you idiot. Okay, so while Devin finishes installing the carbon fiber panels, we're checking in with like what's actually important today. That's Sam's work. Okay, so Sam's messing with the water to air, and you'll notice that it is way smaller than its air to air counterpart. That's because it uses water to make it more efficient, hence, you know, water to air. This one's rated for like 600. This is what the plenum ended up looking like, with the trumpets now turned into a plenum. This whole system is basically designed with compactness in mind, keeping it as low profile as possible, because that's the one thing we don't have is a ton of vertical space. James had a 13B in his Beetle.
Yeah, one of the first videos I was in on the channel actually was my Beetle with the first iteration of the 13B setup that involved a tower of power. If we snap back to some footage of that thing running.
Sounds good. Yeah, they did sound good.
I can't see or breathe over here.
It's just like the entire rear of the Beetle was an engine. Roof to floor.
We don't have that luxury this time. So this, although, you know, I'm pumped, it looks really cool, it actually has a purpose being like this. And sick. I don't know what else to say. So as you guys can see, the pipe leading up to the intercooler is pretty much done. Now basically we just need to connect it to the turbo and make some mounts for that. And then we'll have a piped up turbo ready to make boost. Allegedly.
She is still all about this damn mic.
So what Sam's doing here is he's tacked some extensions on the water air. You can't see it because it's shrouded in wiring and bullshit and tubes. But it's a lot of tacking and then adjusting and then tacking and then adjusting, such as fabrication.
That's a good description of what fabrication really is at the end of the day.
It's a lot of guess and check. I mean, measuring helps, but like, how often have you measured things and you're sure of it?
Hardly ever, really.
Alright, so over here, putting some temporary hardware in here to just hold it up, but we'll get some nice stainless. Yo, this is not a freaking bird. How many times I gotta tell you? This is gonna hold this on there, and then we'll get some nice stainless button heads to make it look really good. But those are pretty much done. Tacking. You'll see he's got the tape to hold it in place where he thinks it needs to go. And then for the 100th time, it'll go back over to the car and see if it actually fits. Again, I'm sorry, you can't actually see what's going on.
You can with the power of light.
No, you still can't.
No, you can't. It's cramped in there.
You still can't.
This is not a cinematic moment for YouTube, so.
Alright, so anyways, what we've got done is the turbo intercooler piping, and it needs an exhaust now. We were thinking coming out of the deck lid or coming out, we'll just saw some holes out the back.
Build a nice trim panel. Should be pretty good. Like, we've already got some ideas bouncing around. We'll figure that out.
What we did need to get done, which happened today, we got the seats in, which is something that, yeah, which look really, really good with the carbon fiber seats. You'll see that our steering wheel of choice is black and gold, and these seats are black and gold, so I think we're gonna do a black paint with a gold flake in it. And we're gonna continue the black and gold. We got some wheels lined up that are black and gold.
Yeah, we got some black wheels lined up for this thing. We've got a few other touches we want to put into it, but
we're thinking we're gonna keep it black and gold. Pedals, steering wheel going on, and the intercooler is just about done. So as far as the engine goes, after we run the radiator stuff, it really just needs an exhaust. And probably in the next video we'll be able to find TDC and get it running properly.
Put an O2 on it so we can actually know if it's rich or lean.
Yeah, we were just like,
That'd
oh,
be cool too.
intercooler happened this time. Next time we'll do the exhaust. A lot of you pointed out it sounded like a Briggs & Stratton single cylinder. You're not wrong, but next time it's going to have an exhaust and it's going to be running right because
Because we're actually going to put an O2 sensor on there, and we'll have the
wide
whole
band
turbo. Yeah.
capabilities, and we'll be able to know if it's actually lean or rich.
We had no idea last time. Entirely guessing.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast barbecue system.
If y'all didn't know, because there's a lot of you guys who are new, Team Boosted's also a cooking show. We used to, our OG subscribers will know that we used to do random food montages, so we decided to bring it back because it's been a while.
Alright, who doesn't like random barbecue montages? Especially with some bomb looking tri-tip. It's fire, as always.
Alright, I know Devin says that literally every video, but this is like...
It's legit fire as always. That smoker, we just got it. It's brand new, and it's a total fucking game changer. It's so good.
Rosie, sit. Leave it.
Good girl.
Free. Ooh, you're a good girl. Not all about the mic when there's meat on the ground, huh? Alright guys, that's going to wrap this one up. As far as the Speedster goes, we're making important steps into it actually driving. A lot of you said about a month from the last video we posted when it started. That's probably about right. We still have to plumb the brakes and make the steering column a thing and get it to run.
Add pedals to it, which
But,
is going to be a bitch.
We're doing a bunch of little details. In the next video, I'm pretty sure it's going to be running pretty good. So keep an eye out for that. That's all there really is to say. Devin's going to pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys aren't familiar, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video. Even if you don't win, that's the best way to support us, so check out boostedshades.com.
Alright, this video's winner is Phil Goudet.
Alright, Phil, hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms, and we'll get back to you and ship you something. If you guys want to win, all you got to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. The comment could be anything, but we ask you guys stuff at the end of every video. This video's question, I know it's a little early to be talking about the conclusion of the Speedster build because it doesn't even drive yet, but we would like your opinion on what we should do once that build is a little bit closer to being done. We have a few projects. We want to focus on one at a time though.
Yeah, so there's really three main ones. There's the twin-turbo V12 Mach 1 Mustang.
Real quick about that. We said in the past that we were considering putting an LS1 in the Mach 1, but that's kind of lame.
A V12's way cooler.
So Sam's going the route of M120 Mercedes V12 twin turbo Mach 1. So that's a build that's happening. Whether or not you guys want that to be the subject of the channel, that's another thing. There's more projects too. There's also a slant nose 3-rotor Porsche 911 that could happen, and then of course there's James's Beetle,
which is now getting a flat 6 Porsche engine.
So flat 6 Porsche Beetle. He's got like this ridiculous drag wing on it right now. A 2 or 3-rotor Porsche slant nose 911 or a twin turbo V12 1969 Mustang Mach 1. Those are the 3 choices for what could be on the channel after the Speedster. We want your opinion in the comments about that. That's going to do it for this one.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.